What if everything you desire in marriage, love, commitment, connection, does not require years of waiting, but only 17 seconds of the right thought? What if your entire future shifts the moment you choose one single feeling and hold it steady? Today you will discover the quiet power that turns your longing into a living reality. There is a spiritual law working quietly behind every relationship, every union, every soulmate story you admire. It is the law that responds not to how much you struggle, not to how long you wait, but to what you hold in your mind long enough to let it take root. Marriage energy, the invisible force that draws your partner toward you, begins to activate the moment you master just one simple act, holding a single powerful thought for 17 uninterrupted seconds. 17 seconds may seem small, but in the unseen world of imagination, it is enough to ignite a chain reaction that transforms your future. This is where the bridge between desire and manifestation begins. Most people never create the marriage they dream of, because they lose the feeling before it forms. They imagine love for a moment, then drown it with fear. They picture a committed life partner, then replace that picture with doubt, overthinking, or memories of pain. But the universe is not moved by scattered emotions. It responds to the energy you maintain, not the energy you touch briefly. When you hold a thought for 17 seconds, without resisting it, without contradicting it, that thought becomes alive. It becomes a signal. And marriage energy is simply the universe responding to your signal. Imagine this. For 17 seconds, you see yourself wearing the ring, smiling beside the one who chooses you every day, living in the peace of mutual love. For 17 seconds, you feel chosen, valued, pursued, understood. For 17 seconds, you step into the version of you who is already married, already aligned, already cherished. In those few seconds, your entire emotional frequency shifts. You become magnetic. You become tuned to the reality you want instead of the reality you fear. And the moment your energy shifts, your future begins shifting with it. Your mind is not just a place where thoughts exist. It is a workshop where outcomes are built. Every image you entertain becomes a blueprint. Every feeling you sustain becomes instruction. When you practice the 17-second principle, you are giving the universe a clear, consistent design to follow. You are no longer praying for marriage and then doubting it in the same breath. You are no longer hoping for love while imagining abandonment. Instead, you hold one pure thought long enough for it to gather momentum. And momentum is the secret behind rapid manifestation. Marriage does not come to the anxious mind. It does not bloom in the field of worry. It grows where the soil is steady, where belief is uninterrupted. These 17 seconds teach your mind how to become steady, how to focus, how to trust, how to align. When you discipline yourself to hold a single thought, you are telling the universe, this is what I choose. This is what I am ready for. This is what I am aligned with. And nothing answers a focused mind faster than love. Think about how often you give your energy to the wrong thoughts. You might spend hours imagining rejection, heartbreak, delays, or loneliness. And without realizing it, you are practicing holding the very things you don't want. If a negative thought held for 17 seconds can create emotional heaviness, imagine what a positive thought held for 17 seconds can awaken. It can open doors. It can soften timelines. It can bring your marriage closer in ways you never expected. Your job is not to force the result. Your job is to stabilize the feeling. There is nothing more powerful in creation than a feeling that you nurture. The moment you hold the feeling long enough, the universe starts rearranging people, events, timings, and opportunities to match it. Sometimes you won't see anything happening at first, but the energy shifts silently. The person meant for you begins thinking of you without knowing why. Paths start moving toward each other. Synchronicities begin forming. What looked delayed suddenly becomes effortless, because once your vibration is set, everything aligned with it begins moving toward you. For 17 seconds, close the door of your mind to every fear. Let no doubt enter those sacred seconds. For 17 seconds, imagine only the outcome you desire. Picture the softness of being loved. Picture the steadiness of a partner who stands with you. Picture a life where you are emotionally safe, spiritually aligned, and deeply connected. Feel the warmth of shared mornings, shared prayers, shared victories. Let your heart settle into the joy of a marriage that is already yours in the unseen. Those 17 seconds are not empty imagination. They are spiritual creation. You are not manifesting a person. You are manifesting a state of being. And states attract people who match them. When you hold the feeling of being married, the person who recognizes that version of you shows up. The universe does not deliver love randomly. It delivers love to those who are aligned with it. So when you choose the feeling, you choose the outcome. Those 17 seconds shape your inner world in a way that the outer world must reflect. Marriage is not delayed because you are unlucky. It is delayed because your mind returns too quickly to the lower emotions that contradict it. But when you commit to this discipline for only 17 seconds a day, you begin rewriting your internal script. You replace worry with certainty. You replace longing with feeling. And feeling is the doorway to manifestation. Feel first, and the physical form will follow. Some people say, but how can a few seconds change my destiny? Because destiny is not created in hours. Destiny is created in moments of alignment. One moment of powerful alignment is stronger than a year of doubt. One moment of focused feeling is stronger than months of waiting. When you hold a thought for 17 seconds, you are stepping into the version of you who already has what you desire. And the universe responds to who you are being, not what you are hoping. Every day, take just 17 seconds to hold the thought, I am already loved. I am already chosen. I am already moving into my marriage. Let this thought live in your heart long enough for it to become natural. When it becomes natural, it becomes real. Your outer world always bends to your inner truth. And when your inner truth becomes, I am prepared for love, you begin attracting experiences that match that truth. Do not underestimate the power of small spiritual practices. It is the small, consistent rituals that build the strongest manifestations. This 17-second ritual is not about forcing belief. It is about training belief. Each day your mind becomes more open to the possibility. Each day your energy becomes more aligned. And alignment is what accelerates timelines. What once seemed far away becomes surprisingly close. You begin noticing signs, opportunities, connections, conversations, and intuitive nudges leading you toward the partner meant for you. This is marriage energy in action. You do not need to struggle to find love. You need to align with it. Love is always trying to reach you, but it can only enter where there is space. These 17 seconds create space, space away from fear, space away from desperation, space away from doubt. When your mind is clear, your heart becomes open, and an open heart is the strongest magnet in the universe. There is a reason why spiritual teachers, mystics, and manifestors have always emphasized imagination, because imagination is where reality is shaped. Your future spouse does not first appear in your physical life. They first appear in your inner world, in imagination. And the clearer your imagination becomes, the faster the physical form appears. So when you give yourself 17 seconds of pure imagination, you are planting the seed of the very reality you want to live. Hold the thought, protect it, nurture it. Do not let the outside world distract you. Remember, it takes only 17 seconds to activate the frequency of marriage, but it takes your commitment to repeat it daily, not with tension, not with fear, but with faith, with confidence, with the quiet knowing that what you desire is already forming around you. Marriage is not a miracle reserved for a few. It is an energy, and energy follows focus. Every time you practice this, you are telling the universe, I am ready. And once you declare readiness, everything aligned with your readiness begins to move toward you. Your timeline shortens. Your clarity strengthens. Your heart becomes prepared for the love that is coming. And soon, what you once imagined for 17 seconds becomes the life you will live for a lifetime. So today, begin with one thought. Hold it. Feel it. Live in it for 17 seconds. And watch how quickly your marriage energy awakens. Watch how rapidly the unseen begins shaping your reality. Watch how love finds you the moment you become aligned with it. Because marriage is not found by searching. It is activated by becoming. And 17 seconds is all you need to begin becoming the version of yourself who is already loved, already chosen, and already stepping into the marriage meant for you. Your marriage energy awakens the moment you hold a single loving thought steadily for 17 seconds, because those few seconds strengthen your inner signal more than hours of unfocused wishing. When you allow your mind to stay with one pure image of love, it becomes a seed that begins to grow in the unseen. Every second you maintain the feeling, your heart aligns with the future you desire. In those moments, doubt fades and clarity rises. For 17 seconds, you stop chasing and start becoming. You stop worrying and start embodying the version of you who is already loved. That short moment is your doorway into a higher vibration. It is your inner agreement with the future you want. It is a declaration that you expect love, deserve love, and are ready for love. Those seconds shape the energy that surrounds you. They activate spiritual movement in your favor. They begin shifting timelines quietly, and they create the emotional foundation on which your marriage begins to form. A focused thought creates momentum, and momentum pulls your future partner closer to you, because energy expands when you give it attention. When you think of marriage with a steady, calm feeling, that thought gathers emotional power. It becomes stronger, clearer, and more magnetic. Momentum is created not by intensity, but by consistency. As the thought grows, it begins shaping your outer world. People, events, and opportunities start aligning around your inner direction. What once felt far away now feels possible. What felt possible begins to feel close. This invisible movement is how manifestations begin to take form. The more momentum your thought carries, the more effortlessly your world reorganizes itself. Momentum does not force, it attracts, and when your thought becomes strong enough, your partner feels the pull of that energy, even without knowing why their heart is turning toward you. The universe responds to the emotional frequency you maintain, not the doubts you entertain, which is why your inner state is more powerful than any physical action. When you hold fear, the universe mirrors fear. When you hold love, the universe mirrors love. It listens to your vibration more than your words. Doubt may whisper loudly in your mind, but it loses its influence when your dominant emotion is faith. Your emotional frequency tells the universe what you are ready for. It signals whether you are aligned with your desire or resisting it. When you choose a feeling and nurture it, that feeling becomes your atmosphere. And the universe always delivers experiences that match your atmosphere. This is why sustained emotional clarity can shift your whole life. It changes what you attract, how you respond, and who is drawn to you. The moment your emotional frequency rises, your reality must rise with it. When you imagine being loved for 17 seconds, you shift into the version of you who attracts marriage effortlessly, because imagination is the blueprint of your destiny. In those 17 seconds, you step beyond your past fears and into your future identity. You begin to embody the confidence, peace, and wholeness of someone already chosen. This internal shift changes how you speak, how you carry yourself, and how you move through the world. You become more receptive, more intuitive, and more aligned. The energy of being loved radiates from you without effort. It becomes a silent invitation to the right person. They feel your worthiness before they even meet you. The shift is subtle but powerful. You stop seeking validation and start expressing certainty. You stop doubting your value and start walking in it. And this new version of you naturally draws the relationship that matches your inner transformation. Consistent inner alignment rewrites old fears and opens you to a faster marriage timeline, because your mind can be trained to expect love instead of loss. Every time you return to your 17-second practice, you weaken the emotional grip of past disappointments. Alignment means choosing your desire over your history. It means deciding that your future will not repeat your pain. With repetition, your subconscious begins accepting a new truth, that marriage is meant for you. Fears that once felt heavy start dissolving. Thoughts that once sabotaged you lose their power. You become lighter, clearer, and more aligned with the outcome you desire. This alignment speeds up manifestation because the universe meets you at the level of your belief. When your belief becomes stable, your timeline accelerates. You no longer block the flow with mixed signals. You allow love to reach you with ease, and ease always brings things faster. Your 17-second practice becomes a signal that reshapes people, events, and circumstances around you, because focused energy sends out a vibration that others respond to unconsciously. When you hold a powerful thought, you broadcast it into the unseen field, where all possibilities exist. This signal begins influencing paths you cannot see. It alters the timing of encounters, the direction of conversations, and the intuition of the person meant for you. You might not notice the changes at first, but everything around you starts shifting quietly. Opportunities appear that were not there before. People show up who carry pieces of your destiny. Your future partner begins feeling drawn toward new choices, new environments, and new thoughts that align with meeting you. The signal does the work. You do not chase, the energy you project does the attracting. And as your signal becomes stronger, the universe moves faster to match it. Marriage manifests when your inner world becomes a steady home for the feeling of being chosen and cherished, because the outer world always follows the inner atmosphere. When you cultivate the feeling of being loved, you train your heart to expect affection rather than fear abandonment. You learn to treat yourself the way a loving partner would. You elevate your worth, your boundaries, and your emotional clarity. The universe responds to this inner stability by guiding you towards someone who recognizes your value. You stop accepting temporary attention and begin aligning with lasting commitment. You stop resonating with confusion and start attracting certainty. The feeling of being chosen becomes your natural state, and life delivers experiences that reflect it. Marriage becomes inevitable because your energy is a match for it. And once your inner world holds the vibration of love consistently, your outer world has no choice but to mirror it back to you.